Subscribe to Gizmo Times and get notified about our latest videos by hitting the bell icon.
Hey guys, welcome to Gizmo Times. This is Chetan and this is the Xiaomi's POCO F1 smartphone, and this comes with the MIUI which is a bit modified, and that is for the POCO phones. So it's called the MIUI for POCO, and if you go into the about section of this device, you'll see that it clearly says that this is the MIUI version for POCO, and it's MIUI Global 9.6, that's 9.6.11.0. And so in this video we're going to do a few quick tips and tricks, not deep tricks, but some basic tips, because if you're someone who has used previously used a Xiaomi smartphone, you might be a bit confused with what is offered here, because firstly this comes with that app drawer, which is never there with any Xiaomi smartphone, because except for the again Android One devices, that's the Mi A1 and Mi A2. Here you get that app drawer, which makes it easy for organization of the apps, and here again it is divided into different folders. And if you go into the menu here, you can actually hide one of these folders. If you want to hide the games, you can drag it down and that would take you down into this. And if you go back to the folders, you won't see that tab of games. So that goes completely hidden. That is one way of hiding the set of apps, but it is limited and restricted to the entire folder or category, and you cannot categorize the apps by yourself. So to start, the first tip is about the display properties of this smartphone. You can actually use the two very good features here, that's double tap to wake and also raise to wake. If you go into the display settings, you'll find these options, that's double tap to wake, double tap screen to wake, and also raise to wake. These are the two options, and this is how they work. When the screen is turned off, you can double tap and it would wake, and since the face unlock is activated here, it would unlock the screen there. Yeah, next one is raise to wake. This is similar to how it is on the iPhone, and even on phones like Vivo Nex, where they detect that you are actually raising the phone, the Vivo Nex would activate that fingerprint, on-screen fingerprint option. So here the phone is off. I'll keep it down for now, and as soon as I raise it, it actually turns on the display, and I don't have to press any button or even do the double tap option here. The next tip is about the reading mode or the blue light filter, which is an important one, because usually when you are reading content on night or even playing games at night, this blue light from the screen usually affects your sleep, and that works on your brain. So you can turn this on by going into the display settings again. This is the second option. Going into the reading mode, you'll see the options for scheduling it. Every night you can schedule it for the same time, like 10 p.m. to 6 a.m. or something like that. You can schedule that, or you can adjust the amount of blue light that has to be filtered. It becomes completely warm here because all the blue light is gone when you're going to 100%. The next tip is on how to hide the app icons from the home screen or even from the app screen. For that, you need to long press on the empty area of the home screen, and here you see the three options towards the bottom, and tap on settings there. You'll see the hide app icons, and you'll have to set the password or the pattern here, and now swipe right twice in the app drawer to view the hidden apps. Now when we are on the app drawer, swiping right twice would actually show you the hidden apps. Now I can edit this and have some applications here. I can actually hide the camera app if I don't want anyone to use that or anyone to view that. This would go into the hidden option. Now if I have to go to the hidden apps, go to the app drawer and swipe right twice, and that would show the hidden apps and where you have to unlock. So it shows the hidden app, that's the camera that was hidden here. Next one is again about the same icons of the apps. You can change the design of these icons because of the customization possibilities on Android. You can have different icon packs, and again for that you need to long press on the home screen, or even not just long press, you can pinch it on the home screen, and you can go to the settings, and here you need to go to more. Once you go into the more, you'll see the option for the icon pack here. So there's a system icon pack and one that we had downloaded, so you can find like thousands of icon packs which are available for free. Some of them are paid as well. You can tap on that, you can see the differences here. The icon pack gets changed, and whichever you like you can install that and easily change the icon pack, changing the entire look of the interface with that. The next one is on how to show memory or the RAM status when you go into the recents menu. This is the way to go to recents menu, and here there are no recent items, but there's no info about the RAM that is available here. Again, it's the same way. You have to go into the settings from the home screen, go to more, and there's that last option that would give you the option of showing memory status. So once you turn that on and tap on the recents menu, it would show the amount of RAM that's available. That's 5.6 GB out of 8 GB available here. So that status is sometimes important when you have multiple apps running in the background and you want to check how much RAM is available for you to use. Next one is about the navigation gestures. Here there's this tall display, but if you still want more area on the screen because of these navigation buttons, that area is being used up. If you want more area, you can just make them disappear and change that to navigation gestures. For that you need to go to the settings, and there you see the settings full screen display under system and device. If you go into the full screen display, you'll see these two options, buttons and the full screen gestures. Here you have the option of learning it first. You can perform these actions, that's go to home screen, open recents and go back. Swipe from the bottom quickly and that would take you to home screen. And next swipe from bottom and pause, which would take you to the recents menu. And the last one is swipe right from the edge, which would give you the final one, going back. Here the good thing is that you have the entire screen now for you to use, and the area that was being taken by the navigation buttons is gone. And it's not hard to use, you just have to pull this and you would get the recent menu. And if you're into some application, just pulling this up quickly would take you to the home screen, and if you're at the same place, just swiping it would take you back. So this is how it works, and this is how you can activate the navigation gestures and turn off the navigation buttons on the home screen. Next is about something that many users still have an issue with, though there is a huge bunch of smartphones that are already coming with that notch on the top. This notch is wide enough, that's quite accepted, but then if you don't like that design of the notch at all, and if you want to rather settle with an 18:9 display, you can hide that notch. For that again you need to go to the same full screen display settings, and here the second option in the bottom is that hide screen notch. As soon as you do that, you'll see on the top that the notch area is getting hidden. It's just the white area that gets hidden, and the same time widget and the battery indicator, the network indicator stays there, but the color of that changes to white because the notch area becomes totally black. Next is on how to actually use two versions of the same app, or if you want to have two accounts of the same application like Facebook or WhatsApp, you can do that through the dual apps. This is a feature that is for all the MIUI smartphones, and that is given here as well. And if you go into the settings, under app settings, you find the option dual apps, and here you can just enable this. For Facebook, it would say that there are dual apps being created. Creating dual apps requires working with Google services, and that is okay. Now if you go to the home screen, or you can go to the app drawer, and you'll see one is the Facebook and one is the dual app of the Facebook. So you can use one account here and one account here, and that is possible with most of the applications that have the social network accounts like WhatsApp. You can use multiple WhatsApp accounts on the smartphone. Next one is similar to this, about dual thing, but it's not the dual apps, it's about the second space, giving someone a private account or a guest account without having them touch anything on your account or your space. So this is the second space that is under the system and device settings. You can turn on the second space, and it doesn't take a lot of time. It took a few seconds, and the second space is now created, and there's two spaces, one device. And continue, switch between spaces using a password or using a shortcut. I'll use the password here, and second space for password I can set it right away. Okay, this should be different from the first space password, because if someone knows your password, they could easily go back to your main interface. So you have to set up a different second space password. So I'll do this, and after confirming that, I can even set the fingerprint there, but for now we aren't doing that. And this is the second space that you're getting here. All the apps, there was PUBG Mobile and those applications pre-installed, those applications in that space, those are not present here. This is the basic UI that you get after using the phone for the first time. There's this option of switch on the home screen where you tap on that, and you can tap on the fingerprint, and that would actually take you back to the actual space. That's the first space. And if you, just to verify, these are the other applications that we had installed. So this is the main space that we are on, and the second space helps when you're trying to give the phone to someone you don't really trust with the data privacy and access to. Next is on how to lock the applications on the POCO F1. The thing about hiding apps was a very good one, where you actually don't give access to anyone to that hidden app space. But sometimes if you want to lock the app, and that is a secondary protection of your application, that you can do by going to the settings, and here you see the final option just about feedback. It's the app lock, and you can set a password to protect your apps and use better system level security tools. You can set which apps you want to lock. These are the apps we have locked right now, so I'll just do it with one of the application, with YouTube, and I can set the password. So this is the YouTube application that is locked here. Now if I go back to the home screen and if I go to YouTube, it will first ask me to press that password pattern, or I can even use my fingerprint. Next is about the security again. In the security, you have two options here. One is the fingerprint sensor on the back, and second is the face unlock, which is the face unlock using the camera as well as the IR sensor here. And both of them work very great. And I'm using the card here on the top to show you the setup, which we already did it in another video. So you can check that video to understand how good it works, how good the face unlock as well as the fingerprint security works on this POCO F1 smartphone. And next tip is about the personalization with the wallpapers. Though you have the option of changing the wallpaper from the home screen, these are only the default wallpapers. These are only a few ones that you're getting, but if you want to change this automatically from time to time, so you can do that by going to settings, where if you go to the lock screen and password, you see this option of wallpaper carousel, and you can turn this on, and the update frequency would be about every 3 hours, or you can set that to 3 hours every hour, every 15 minutes, or once a day. And this would use your data network all the time, so it's better to do it every 3 hours or once a day, and that would change your wallpaper. And the final easy tip, which most of you already know, but still if you are confused about how to do it, here's how to take a screenshot on the POCO F1. The buttons on the phone are present on the right. That's the power button as well as the volume rocker buttons. So you have to press the volume down as well as the power button together to take the screenshot here. I'll do that to show you. Pressing these two together from any screen would actually take the screenshot. And if you tap on that, you have the options to send, edit or delete. Under editing, you have again the option to crop, doodle, text and add a mosaic. So these are the options that you can do with this screenshot. And if you want to access the screenshot later, you can go to the gallery and there'll be a folder under albums called a screenshot. And so these are the screenshots here. And the last one is on how to change the themes. Although this comes with a different kind of MIUI that is specifically for the POCO phones, you still have that themes application that was present on the other Xiaomi smartphones. So you can go to that themes and download any theme that you want and change the look of the interface. Though for now I would suggest to have the regular one, which looks quite nice and it works quite well, and it's a refreshing change from the actual MIUI. So these were the main tips and tricks of the Xiaomi's POCO F1 smartphone. If we feel that we are getting a lot more tips on this smartphone, we would be doing another video that's in the series, and we'll be adding that very soon on the channel. Otherwise, these were the main ones, the quick tips and tricks of the POCO F1 smartphone. I hope you like this video. If you have any other questions, do let me know, and subscribe to Gizmo Times for more. Thank you, and see you in our next video.